続きましてチェシャこと青木緋奈世さんによります。これは個人の感想です。青木さん、よろしくお願いします。
なんで空は青いのに夕焼けは赤いの？なんで水の中では息できないの？酸素あるのに。なんで自社のスピーチはマインの後なの？あんなすごいのの後にしたくないよ。自信ないのに。こんな感じで自社の毎日はいつもなんでって思って生きてます。そんな答えのない自社のスピーチ聞いてください。I always start my day with a question. Why do I have to come every morning? At least 3 days? I can't even count the number of times my question in a day, to be honest. There are 5 types of questions. First, things you can find out from thinking, like, why am I always sleepy? 2, things you can find out from research, like, why are sunsets red? 3, things you cannot find out from research, like beginning of the world. 4, things you can find out from other people, like birthday of my classmates. At last, things you cannot find out from other people, like your view on love is different from everyone. Maybe my questions are less likely to be solved, but I can understand. 4, I used to think that being ignorant was a bad thing. So I hated myself for not knowing anything, and I envied those who did. I had 1,000 of years ago, a man called Socrates said, ignorance? Ignorance! What? You can know what you don't know, but you can't know what you don't know, right? In the spring, when I was 15, I bought a Kojian. It's the best dictionary in Japan and now 7th edition at latest. The book of over 3,000 pages long, and I almost 19 have read these stories 20 twice. Wow, I'm genius, that's perfect! You are probably thinking, what are you thinking? I thought, because I was afraid of not knowing the language. Because I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to protect myself from others. Language is a shield to protect myself and it is important to you. But it is also a weapon to fight other people. Because I didn't know how to use them, I often used them wrongly and destroying what I was trying to protect. This is my regret. In the autumn of my 17th year, I bought a copy of 6 Rose book. It consisted of 2 books and cost about 12,000 yen including tax. It was a very expensive price for me as I was working at McDonald's, but I bought it. If you don't know the law, you don't know you committed a crime, and you want to know when you committed a crime, and excuse of, I didn't know the law, will be useless in court. If you are being cheated, you won't even know it. Like this, like that. I used to live my life learning because I was scared. But now, I think I'm learning because I want to know. The world that give me the possibility is definitely more beautiful than the world I know. But I often think a bit cooler to know reality. The world is beautiful in spite of cruelty. But the world is beautiful and cruel, isn't it? I couldn't think of any other way to say it, but I'm very ashamed to say it. Ignorance is the greatest happiness in the world because it means that you can live without knowing anything. Because it means that I'm dissatisfied with my life. I don't use math. Have you ever used trigonometric function? I don't. I don't use English as long as I'm in Japan. Plus, it's just kidding. Sorry. Ignorance is the greatest happiness in the world. But it may be a happiness that hides your potential. There is no need to be ashamed of ignorance. But we can be ashamed of ignorant. Your current happiness or your hidden potential? Which one do you like? Thank you for listening.
ありがとうございました。アンディ先生、コメントお願いします。
Thank you, Cheshire, for a really nice, cute, but important speech. You know, it is important to understand what we don't know. Ignorance is okay. But at the same time, you've worked so hard by reading these very difficult books to learn so many things.
It is, but it's so interesting.
I'm sure it is. But remember it. You said you wake every day with questions. And that is a wonderful, wonderful thing to do. Being curious about things is so important even as you get older. So keep asking questions. But don't forget, when you ask a question, we need an answer. Right? So keep searching for the answers. And you'll learn there's a whole new, beautiful world out there for you. Really great job today, Cheshire.
Thank you.
Thank you.
学院長、コメントお願いします。
いいですね。君のような人生をくれたら最高ですよね。質問しても今アンジー先生が質問しなさいとしたらその答えを聞きなさいと言うけど、君たちは本当は答えはどうでもいいんですよね。ね、ちょっとだけ必要なんですよね。でもね、そういう生き方もまた一つの人生なんですよね。だからやっぱり君は自分をよく信じて自分の道を歩く方がいろんなのが見えてくるかもしれませんね。だから僕の見える道と君の見える道は違うと思うけど、でもそれもまたすごくいいと思いますよね。はい、とても素敵な面白いスピーチで、心にねすごくこう触れました。ありがとうございます。はい。